Welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is another wonderful day to begin with. Just on our previous meeting, we created a background, a lovely background. And today, before we start, we have to group our background so that we will lock it, so we wouldn't actually um, make any changes should in case we are working on the space. So before we start today's lesson, let me quickly select all the items on the layers, then group them. So you can use control, you can select the first item, then you enter shift, then you click here to select all, or you can as well enter. You can as well select the first item, then hit on the control button, then you'll be clicking on it to select all of them. That is done. And here you can use control shift, control G to group them, or you drag it here to group your item. So basically, let's double click here and name the folder background. So this is it. So after, you have to select your folder, then click here. So we've locked the page. You can actually do absolutely nothing to the page that it will affect anything on that layer or that group. So from here today, what we are going to do, you are going to do editing to our text. Create shadows, create stroke around our text. So how to manipulate your text so that you wouldn't find yourself wanting when you are designing on an image. You have to create a shadow, create an let's say a stroke around your. So without much ado, let's proceed. So we'll quickly take our text tool, then today we are going to use a Frank the Gothic I've forgotten the name. Pardon me for that. Times you can't keep all the font names in your head. So we are going to actually use Franklin Gothic Heavy for this design. So this is the font, and I'm actually going to use my name to do everything. So I was born in Tuesday. When you are in Ghana, you call Kwabena or Kobe. So I prefer to use Kobe. So Kobe, A-B-B-Y. So I'm using Kobe for my editing today. And let me change the color of it to make it white. Okay. So, and if you've gone through the text tool, when you come to the panel here, you can see this is a bold. If I've used other softwares, you know this is common. This is a bold, this is slant, italic, then this is caps, all caps, then this is small caps, then this is superscript, then this is subscript, then underline, then this is strike through. Okay, so basically I want to make the write-ups all from all caps. So I'll click here, then all my text will be caps. So basically we are going to use this. So follow it properly, and please try to subscribe to our YouTube channel to always get notified when we upload a new video. So let's proceed. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the font. I'm going to create a shadow under the text. I'm going to create Bevel Emboss. I'm going to create stroke around the text. So let's start. So you have different ways. You can actually select the text and come and right click on the text and come here, then use blending option. That is another way. You click on it, you go through. But the simple way to do that is come here on the layer, under the layer panel, you come here, then you click on the FX, then there's another blending option. When you want to select a particular one, you can as well choose it from this end, but on the lesson base, let me choose the blending option so that it bring all the other items. So this is what we are going to do. Now we have bevel emboss, other stuff, stroke, inner shadow, inner glow, satin, color overlay, gradient overlay, pattern overlay, outer glow, and drop shadow. So how you want to, how the manipulation that we are going to it one by one, but we are not going to do all. Basically, we are going to try with the bevel emboss, stroke, then little bit of inner shadow, and the other stuff you can actually do it later. It's just basically manipulating your test. So the next one, then gradient overlay, color overlay, then shadow. So let's start with bevel emboss. So you see, after I've clicked it, there's something happening with the color, the bevel emboss. So you can be manipulating it, and here you can choose to make it the inner emboss, pillow emboss, or stroke emboss. So depending on how big or how you want to manipulate your text, there are other options. I want to use the outer emboss one to create something at the back of the shadow. Though it's not shadow, but it's something that I want. This is what I want. So, and you can be manipulating it here. Since it's just basically a lesson, I'm trying to just run you through how you can create some nice scenes of your text. So this is basically what I'm trying to mean. Click here to just get, see, this brings something like shiny around your text. It makes it more nicer. So this is actually how the bevel emboss thing is all about. You can create something nice. Let's say I want to create this on or inner the, this is how it looks as well. You can be changing the colors here. You can be doing other stuff to make sure that you are getting what you want. You can create something crazy out of these designs, or something cool, something. If let's say this font, if this color font is supposed to be yellow, it will create some gold, to create a gold something for you. So basically, it's very nice and simple to use. But this is not what I want. I just want to create something simple and we move. I just have to run you through very fast to not eat into much into your time. I take time and go through it because it's going to be helpful when you know how to use it. Okay, so let me quickly go through. Now I want to use the external outer one. So this is what I want. Then I'm going to stroke. I click on stroke, and stroke, this is actually selected. The color for the stroke is already white, so, and the item that I'm working on is also white, so you can't see the difference. So let me choose something like blue. Let me choose something blue for the stroke. So now you can see, you can make it big, you can make it small, how you want it. Makes it nice. Okay, so this is what I want, and this is basically the stroke. You can create number of stroke on the same text. Let's say after creating this stroke, I want to create another stroke with a yellow color. So I can create it. Let's say, then select yellow for it and make it bigger. I can make it smaller, then make the other one that I did earlier maybe bigger. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Yes, this is for basically to create something unique for yourself. Just to so this is basically what I want to, but I just want one stroke, so I'll just keep the blue in place, then make it very simple and nice. Okay, so now when it comes here, there's another one called inner shadow. The inner shadow gives you chance to create some shadow inside your text or any other thing, any other item. Basically, this is not going to, when you are using this layer style, it's not basically for only text. You can use it for everything, that anything that you can, even on your image and everything. your logo and other stuff, you can use them on it. So let me quickly run you through this inner shadow thing. The inner shadow tool, if it's on full opacity, this is how it looks like. But you have to be manipulating to not to do so many on your design just to create something. You see, I'm creating something nice for you. You see, and now I've created like something within, and it's actually entering something, like the text is actually has been entered in a way. I hope you can see what I'm saying, so that is fine. So basically this is what I want to show you. You can come here and be manipulating it in your own way, how you want it. It's basically simple to follow, so you just have to get time to go through how you want it to be done, and you are good to go. I want it this way, so let's move. Now I come here, then I go to inner glow. Inner glow also add another touch to you, depending on the color, everything that you want. You can be doing your own thing with it. So here to the thing, here it has been set to screen, so you don't actually see. So I'm actually adding another stuff, the opacity to be full. You see, there's something happening to if you really, you are really seeing, you see the inner glow is creating, the noise that I added is actually adding up. So if you can see, yes, this is what I mean. So you have to manipulate in such a way that it will not overtake your design. Just create something nice and just simple. Okay, so let's go. Let me talk control, then go back. So I'm actually running you through everything. Then there's something like sacking. See, this also gives you opportunity to just be adding stuff to your page. And I haven't used this thing most at the time, but you can have time to just go through it. I'm not going to use this. And color overlay. When we talk about color overlay, let's say this is white and I want to change it to yellow. It's easy for you to do that. You click on the color overlay, then you come here, then you change it to yellow. Perfect. You see, that is so simple to do. Let's say you have an item that is already having a particular color. You want to come here, change the color to a different color, but you don't have access to do it. You can use the color overlay to just change the item to your preferred color. That is also simple. So let me see. I want to leave something here. So let me put this thing on this light yellow something. Then I come to gradient overlay. Gradient overlay, when you have selected color overlay, you can't use gradient overlay unless you close the color overlay before you can use the gradient overlay. So let's see, I come here, I want to use a gradient. There are options to be used and other stuff to be used. So depending on the kind of gradient you want to apply on your test, you can just be adding them to it. So I'm actually running you through, so I don't want to use any much of your time. So this is how it also look like. Okay, let me see. I want a cloud kind of color, so I'll just leave something here, but I don't want it to be too much, so I'll reduce the opacity to go down. Okay, so this is what I want. Now let's go to pattern overlay. So this also give you opportunity to add patterns to your design. It can be your own created pattern, or maybe a design pattern, or a default pattern or something. So this is kind of pattern that you can be adding to your design as your preferred. This is a pattern that I think I created myself here. You can create a pattern, anything that you want to create, you can create it and it will best fit in it for you. Okay, so let me say I will leave this pattern inside. I just want to leave something small for all the designs that I will do, but I just don't want it to overshadow my work. So this is what I wanted. Now the outer glow. The outer glow is actually to happen in the extreme, like we had the inner glow or something. This is already set in the screen, so you wouldn't see the effect. You just have to apply it and just give you something else. I haven't it will depend on the design that you will use the outer glow, but I don't normally use this outer glow stuff. Now the most important item here is shadow. See, we are going to do more with this thing. Let me put layer into the normal mode. So now if you apply it to the normal full opacity, this is how it happens. See, you can be manipulating your shadow, and normally be careful, you don't have to put so much shadow on your under your design. Just make it very lighter so that when your work is being sent severally, it wouldn't create something bad for the scene. So this is basically, you can use let's say the shadow to create a 3D kind of something. You can create something around like a 3D. Depending on how you are good with it, you can actually create a 3D kind of form for your design. Can create shadow like in the form of 3D. The thing is hanging on your design, like something like that sort. So basically, I think I've gone through, and if you are doing shadow, you can just be manipulating it. You can reduce the opacity here so that though you've put a lot of shadow under it, but you reduce the opacity so that you wouldn't get it too much overshadow your work. But you are creating difference from the background. Let's assume, let's assume I've closed all these items. And let's say the color overlay here is red. Let's say I'm working on a red background like this, and I want to create some shadow to differentiate what I'm doing. I can create a nice shadow that will actually differentiate the kind of the design. Though the background is white, but I'm creating something to make it different from the design that I'm actually doing. You see what I'm trying to say. Now here I've created, and this one, the stroke is also another one to also help you change something. See, let's say I want to create something. Yes, the stroke can also as well help you. Then you do, then aftermath you create your shadow. You can just choose a black something to create a difference as well. You see what I'm talking about. So basically, this is what I'm actually wanted to go through with, but this is not the final work I want you to see. Let me go back to my final work. What I want. Let me take off the value, then let me bring the bevel emboss. Actually, this is what I want you to see for today. Thank you for joining KNS Graphics YouTube page. Please kindly subscribe, click on the notification bar to get notified anytime that we post, and click like and share our video. Thank you for joining us. Bye bye. So sorry, let me just click OK. So when I click OK, everything here is being created, and if you wanted center it, just center and you are good to go. Thank you. Bye bye.